What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Drawing with Jack. Here with Jack Haynes, illustrator for the Constant Space, and we're gonna be looking at putting down some color on page three. I'm your host, Skip Marazzi,
Yeah.
riding along for the evening for the jokes and storytelling, or whatever it is that we do around here. Uh, Welcome.
What do we do around here?
Well, the main
That's a
thing
great
is
question.
we hang out and watch you draw. The other things are incidental. That's why I don't worry about them too much.
You
So,
know,
can I ask
okay,
where you going with that mustard color in the background? Is it like a an underlayer that you're going to use for something else, or
yeah, I
okay,
wanted to I wanted to try and see if it could work as a more you know, kind of neutral warm color because her dress is red and purple, and I wanted to try to find a way to maybe get them to kind of pop a little bit, but we can change the color to whatever you want.
well, I
Um,
like the where it is as far as like balance away from that color. I just wonder if there's a different hue we can use. I'm not sure
yeah, let's see here.
which part I'm describing. The yellow feels flashy, but again, I like where that brightness is at. It's more like the like what the club feels like. And I guess we've never talked about that. Um, I don't even know what
Yeah,
Aaron's thoughts are on what the Kit Kat Club looks like
well,
on the
it's
inside.
gonna get dark. It's gonna
Yeah, and
get darker
that's what the
too.
other thing I was asking if there's a background there, like with the idea of the lights and shadows thing that we were talking about last time. That like maybe in darkness it will look like it should, or like
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like,
gonna do something different than I'm seeing right now. I guess is the thing I was trying to get to.
yeah, most walls have a lighter color because it makes the space feel larger. But also in the dark, it's just like easier to see. It's easier to see the walls, but yeah, and an adjustment there. Do I just selective color?
The only
Could
bar
try
I spent the
select.
most time in is my grandpa's bar. Uh,
Uh,
he had one when I was like a little kid, and we would hang out there when
yeah.
the bar wasn't open when we visited my grandparents, and he would tend bar, at night. He did that while my dad was growing up too. So there's like, this money making thing that was attached um to their house. So
Uh,
anyway, like that's what my immediate thought is with like clubs and bars is like these.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about, like this big like ballroom space, but then it was like shady in the corners. Um,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
but yeah, I don't know what the thoughts are with Aaron. So it's not like the
Try to.
brightness or the darkness of it. It's more of like the hue in this.
Yeah, here, let's do another. Let's do a different adjustment.
Oh, I got
Hold
you.
on.
In the same like tone that you had it, but like I don't know. There's maybe something that works with red and purple. Like that's a good. Is that the one you originally had?
That's one I originally had, yeah, but here we can change just the hue,
Yeah,
but the vibrance and the brightness stays the same.
that's kind of what.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, like
Hmm.
I kind of lowered the saturation a little bit to try to hit a little more like taupe color.
Gotcha. That
Um,
blue is actually pretty nice,
because
but
yeah,
it's
the
all
problem,
it's all blue,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you're gonna say, or is there another problem that I missed?
Well, it's just you know like really blue just feels like off to me personally.
Yeah, I
Like
agree with
light blue does, yeah, light blue.
you.
Again, like more like or less saturated colors really kind of more like come to mind about like I guess with the darker like with the more orangey mustard like yellow, I was going for like a something that felt like maybe old timey. or just like I don't know, like a color that was more of like a throwback color, so that it felt like it was
to like fit that bluesy vibe.
yeah, yeah, it's
So like
just
the
like
thing is, I
I
don't
don't know.
not like it. There's just something about it that is like not hitting quite right. I'm sure it's like the walls on the
Mhm.
ship too from like the earlier episodes on page one. And that's what I was asking. Like I wasn't like, hey, we need to explore this to change it, but like maybe like what your thought was and where you're going with it. I'm interested to see where you're going with that. Because
Yeah,
um, like I trust that you're making the right decision, and then we're like sometimes mid process, obviously, I'm sure it's a pain to have me looking over your shoulder, being like, and why are you doing that? Because it's not
it's
done.
not a pain. It's
It's
not.
not done yet, you know. So like I
It's
get it.
not a pain at all. Like the thing that I really want to redo is the cat fur here. I want to try to see if I can make it just look less chaotic, and a little more stylized.
Right on.
But in terms of like the background here, like I do want the background to kind of like blend with the lighting once we start putting in like shadow and get it to look,
Oh,
dark,
gotcha.
the way that we want. But
Could we do something like
you
this?
know,
What about the color that you were using? We do it as like wood paneling.
yeah, I mean,
Was
uh, I could add. I'd have to like add in some wood texture, I guess, or I guess I could draw in wood paneling, but
is that
it would just it would
that's
take a
detail?
little bit. It would take a little bit more. It would take a little bit more time. I could add in wood paneling if we want though.
Because I think that would make
Yeah,
the
like
color look
this.
right. And I think with your shading, you'll probably add like light. Obviously, there's lights and dark tones to it, and that might be the.
Um,
Anyway, that's a thought. Just because there's other things you want to work on and stuff like that. When we've come back to it. Actually, I do like it. Maybe I just needed to see the contrast to like give my like eye a cleanse.
I mean, now you get me thinking about like wood paneling, but it does it. It would take yeah, let's just
I recognize that that is a lot of detail work to like make it as like individualized all the way across that back wall and then up on the top there.
let's see.
So we were supposed to have a guest tonight.
Oh yeah.
His name's Sid. And when I reached out to talk to him, he said, basically, this is not really a full quotation, but he said in
Mhm.
essence, that he's very famous, and he's so famous, in fact, that I should just Google him, and that he doesn't even need to be on the show because we could just do a show on him because of how famous he is.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, okay. I mean, that's a take, right? So.
Definitely a take for sure.
Like, so I figured like this week, you did like a cover of Rocket League last episode. Oh, crap. Bad news. But let me just tell you the rest of this, and I guess we could tell you the bad news. Uh, and I did look him up, and he is very, very famous. So
Okay.
yeah, so I like figured I would cover him for you because I think you'd be interested in this guy and how famous he is. And maybe if this episode does well, we could actually get him, on the show to come hang out with us on the behind the scenes,
So
drawing with it.
who is this guy?
Was
Who is this guy?
his name's Sid.
Okay.
Um,
Siddhartha?
uh,
Just kidding. That was just a joke.
oh, you mean like the book
Yeah.
that is that how you say it?
Siddhartha. Yeah.
With the soft th sound. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only looked at those letters together, and guessed at what it could sound like. So,
Gotcha.
so the bad news is at the end of the Rocket League episode on Tuesday, I was
Uh huh.
sitting there waiting for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, for the video
Uh huh.
to save. It generally takes
Okay.
like two or three. And it was like it wasn't doing it, so I clicked on it. And then when I clicked on it, just an error message popped up says could not be saved.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So not even like the audio. But like even the videos, so like where we are right now, people haven't seen all the work that happened on Tuesday. They'll just like, as far as
Right.
the fast laps goes, they'll just like skip right over to be like full color.
That's just for
So
us. I mean, that was
yeah,
just time for us, I
I
guess.
guess we should shout out that if you wanted to catch those moments, you should be in the Discord. And oh, that was awesome! Like you pulled off paneling in like seconds.
Well, I got it started, like it's still got, some detail to go, but yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not it's not like the most difficult. It's just like to do it and not have it look bad. It will take a little bit of effort here, but I'm not worried at all.
you're capable of pulling it off easily.
I believe in the power of friendship and my weight content.
That's awesome. Um, both of those things. Because the thing about background is that it shouldn't have so much detail to like draw your eye away from the actual action.
Definitely not. I
Okay.
mean, it should have an appropriate level of detail to immerse you, but it shouldn't. Yeah, it should not detract from. Uh,
Oh yeah, I see how those lines actually for the storytelling also, those lines make a lot of sense for this shot because she is in a type of prison and that makes her feel like she's in a
oh,
cage.
gotcha,
So
gotcha.
visually that's fitting our metaphor. So cool, cool.
We're hitting it. We're
Yay.
hitting it, and I'm so happy about that.
Um,
We
so this is what you should know about Sid, right? Is that so right off the bat, Sid is an American actor, a model, and an author.
okay,
Right.
impressive.
I was like, dang. Um, Here's some examples of things that he's written. He's done a lot of children's books, screenplays, novels for adults, nonfiction books about stage magic.
Okay, wow,
Yep.
sleight of hand.
Well, yeah. So he has a background where he in the fifth grade he was studying. He decided to start studying to become a magician.
In the
Um,
fifth what?
in the fifth
Sorry,
in the
you
fifth
cut
grade.
out,
Oh
Skip.
no, am I gone?
Are you there, Skip?
Ye-
Oh no.
if you guys are tuning in, live on the, YouTube, you've missed out on all the conversations Jack had while I was gone on the Discord. So, just another reason you should be on the Discord, while these sessions are going on. How are you? I apologize for that. I'm not sure. All this technology seems jinxed somehow. And in the interim, I was contacted by Sid's people and was told to no longer do the bit. Um, so
Okay.
I have to come clean that it was a bit, and they don't want me to make fun of Sid. So yeah, agreed not to. They let the technology continue on, so as it is. How have you been over here?
I was wondering where you went, and just you know, adding color.
That's awesome. Um,
So the guest still hasn't arrived, and they wanted you to say that they were famous as a bit, but now they're asking you not to say that. Am I getting all that right?
no, the guest is famous, and I was because they didn't want to come onto the show. I was going to do a bit about them, and
Oh, got you.
yeah, and then I was just contacted in that break and told not to do the bit. Basically, there will be consequences was the like implied tone, but
Okay.
so for instance, I'm not going to
Weird.
mention, yeah, like I'm not going to mention that Sid once loaned his vintage Mercedes Benz W111 to his son-in-law. which he was going to give to him as a surprise wedding gift. But then it got destroyed in Vegas.
I see the lore that's being dumped on me right now for some reason. I'm excited to learn. I mean, Sid is not the uh, puppet from the last guy that was on, is
Oh,
it?
dude, I wish. Kokomo. I tried
Oh,
to get
that's
I
right. That's his name.
that's the Jomo, our number one Patreon subscriber, and
Gotcha, gotcha.
longest on board. He's donated the most money. So shout out to Jomo. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
Kokomo is he's a very well, you have to talk with him. Like he's wild. Um, and so he's definitely like hard to get a hold of.
Okay.
Anyway, so I agreed not to do the bit, and so all I can do is say not gonna do. I'll never mention Sid ever again. Uh, since it would be
Okay.
considered, as they said, libel. Uh,
Why do I have the feeling that Sid is not only going to get mentioned again, but there's like some hugely planned thing
Jack,
concerning Sid
Jack,
coming?
Jack. Oh my God. Like I just said, we should mention Sid. Why are you bringing Sid up again? Like it's just
I just have this feeling. I got a tingle.
are you trying to get
I
us in
got a
trouble?
tingle.
I just
I
I
got a
just don't
tingle.
think it's
I
a
got a
good.
tingle.
So you guys, if you didn't know, Jack was bitten by a radioactive illustrator at one point, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why he's got the
Yeah,
power that
I
he does, and he
get
gets the
tingles
tingles.
now.
He gets the tingles, yeah. For saving the day.
What are you? Okay. Oh, because okay. No, I'm a boob. Um,
What do you think about this Jimmy Kimmel thing?
dude, it's messed up. I don't. Uh, I mean, everything surrounding Charlie Kirk right now is just very sensitive. So I don't want to get anybody in trouble for my views because I'm just gonna shock everybody and say was not a fan.
I think we've talked about
But
this. Yeah, right. Like it just
yeah, I think we did, and
does
I
that
stand by all
mean
my comments.
right? Does that mean he needed to get shot? No, but
Obviously not. We've
right. That
never.
that
Political violence is
that doesn't
never
really
the
solve.
answer.
Yeah, it doesn't really solve any problem.
Yeah.
But
So we don't condone that. The killer is despicable, and we should all roundly condone political violence every single time it occurs. Which again, this all this like grandstanding, which that is what I call it because again, we had two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota murdered in their own home. Flags were not flown at half mast. We didn't, have a bunch of politicized bullshit about it. So I, just really don't understand why something like Jimmy Kimmel getting. I mean, like it's clearly a message being sent.
yeah,
Um,
that's the reason I wanted to discuss it more seriously, is because of the message being sent. Because it is that we unequivocally have entered the dictatorship. Um, because you don't do that as a president, as an American president who's respecting the people of
Definitely
the
not.
democracy. You do that as a large child who is demanding to be respected.
Yeah. The president didn't call for anyone to be removed when they joked about Paul Pelosi being hit with a hammer. He didn't call for anybody to be um, removed for um, you know, Fox and Friends guy saying that homeless people should be forcibly euthanized. Also murder.
Wow. Wow.
Nobody asked to apologize for that, and
Holy
it's just
cow.
I'm just like, it's obviously that this is performative political bullshit, and it's
Right.
just like I don't understand why we're allowing it to be like treated as anything else. Like, and if people don't want to agree that it is, then hey, that's cool. I'm sorry that it is, and you don't want to accept it, but I don't want anyone's death celebrated.
Right. Yeah. Like, yeah, unless you're being attacked, violence is not the answer.
Yeah, I mean, unless we're talking about Hitler, like, I don't think, I mean, unless we're talking about somebody that we all know is trying to kill us, I don't think that we should be celebrating the death of somebody.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's just,
And we're
like,
talking
we
about,
probably
again,
should,
imminent danger.
exactly.
Not just the idea that danger is lurking somewhere in the future. Because that's the only time justifiably under the law that you should be killing another person.
I mean, yeah, I mean, extreme imminent danger that can't be stopped any other way.
Exactly.
And it should still be talked about. It should still be explored. How did we get here? It's a failure that we got to the point where that was the only option. Like, that's a collective failure that we should all try to like make sure it doesn't happen. But it seems like people just want to stoke, like, all these people that immediately thought that his killer was a leftist and started stoking that hatred like right off of the bat. I mean, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, and we ought to be able to roundly condemn them for calling for civil war, calling for more political violence. Like,
Wait,
it's
who was it then? That's ridiculous.
dude. I mean,
They just jumped to
all
the
manners of
conclusion.
white men on TikTok, dude. All manners of white men on TikTok. But some pundits. I mean, I think Laura Loomer. I don't know if I don't want to misspeak what anyone said. Some pundit said this is war. Some pundit tweeted that out. This is war.
Dang.
Just that. Yeah, I know. No need for that bullshit.
And they had no facts at that point. They were just looking.
They had no
for a
facts
reason.
about anything.
Just looking
They
for
just
a reason.
assumed it was a liberal because it was Charlie Kirk that got killed. And again, I mean,
Because that's the sort of thing that the Republicans would do, right? Like, they're like, yes, we should assassinate those people that we don't like. Not the Republicans. I'm sorry to even blame that on that political party. I mean the particular group of MAGites that's like rotting the country from the inside out.
Yeah. I mean, the white supremacists and
That
MAGA people that want.
Yeah, the MAGA
Yeah,
people.
like the people that like had, effigies of Obama being hung, but, now want to pretend like all of the violence is on the left and that everything. It's just like,
yeah,
I don't
like
know.
who decried Obama, like his whole administration, but Trump himself, who was like totally just like slander.
Raising the temperature all the time. And I mean, obviously Trump is doing stuff like sending the National Guard to DC, threatening to send it to New Orleans and Chicago. I mean, it's obvious. It's just obvious. I just don't understand why we're just allowing it to happen, and it's gross.
You're asking the question. Thank you for finishing that. Why we're allowing it when it's gross, when we can see it.
Yeah, it's so obvious. And I mean, this is the kind of thing that we're supposed to stand up against anywhere in the world, but it's like here at home, and we're just like sitting around watching a dude deploy the National Guard against, and then like lie about the statistics about crime. Like, oh, crime went down while you had the National Guard on the streets, like collecting people with ice. Oh, really? Like that's a real fucking surprise. Yeah, there's not a lot of crime in a police state.
Yeah, right. Where you're about to be shot.
Like, how are you standing by this number? Like, this is like something that people. I've always been asking for the army to come and like impose a curfew on me. and take all the immigrants out so that we don't have any people that are, Hyundai plants or whatever. That wasn't in Washington D.C., but I mean, still, it's just like all you're doing is just like rounding up innocent people. Again, your own statistics say 70% plus of those people have no criminal record, no reason to be picked up. You're picking people up at their immigration hearings. You're picking people up at peaceful hearings that they're going to in good faith. And then you're trying to parade around statistics like you've actually stopped something.
Whoa. Right, like they're going to be like, hey, yeah, no, I am trying to immigrate here. And they arrest them there. Like, as they're going through the process.
Oh, dude, all the time. Yeah, there's all kinds of videos of people getting arrested at, like their naturalization hearing that they went to. Like, they were going to one of their many, like, there are many hearings you have to go to become a naturalized citizen. Yeah. And, people were going to one of those, and they were basically kidnapped. And you have that kind of terror going on the street, and then you're just like, oh yeah, but murders are down 800%. Shoplifting or whatever the fuck is down whatever the fuck percent. It's like, you really expect me to even care? Like, even if these were facts, you really expect me to give a shit about your crime statistics during police state DC? Are you fucking stupid? And nobody gets to ask that question. Nobody gets to ask that question to any of these people. I've been watching these hearings, man. Like, I watched the hearing today with the DC mayor and the police commissioner and like the other people as they got grilled by Republicans. I watched the Kash Patel Senate and Congress hearings. And I mean, dude, just the way that people have to have this fake ass decorum with these people that are clearly incompetent and lying is just it's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating,
to say the least. Yeah, extremely frustrating. That people are treating with any sort of respect is maybe shell shock. I don't know. Like, they're like, well, what else do you do? Would go to interviews like normal. Behave like nothing is wrong.
Dude, they behave like they're put upon. Like, dude, Kash Patel was behaving like people were doing him the worst disservice in the world by doing their job and asking him questions about how the FBI is being directed, where his loyalties lie when it comes to Trump and party, like how hiring practices go. I mean, asking questions that are literally just like what they're meant to ask. Like, these are the things that they're supposed to investigate. And like, he's acting like people are being mean to him by doing their job and asking him like tough questions,
important questions, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like gross. Like, he was gross in every one of his hearings. He was extremely gross. And I don't mind saying that because, again, this isn't like it's something that can just be argued. Like, you can look at the objective facts of some of the stuff that he said and did and just be like, he's acting as if somebody is putting upon him right now or implying something improper when they're just asking him a question that needs to be asked at this time about his affiliation.
Right, because it matters to the rest of the people in the country, and how the FBI behaves.
Yeah, and being caught in lies and like being asked stuff like, how many, what number of times does Trump appear in the Epstein files? And being like, I don't know the number. It's like, oh, so it could be 1,000? It's like, nope, it's not that. It's like, so what's the number? Well, it's not that. It's like, you don't know, though. Like, you admitted you don't know.
Right. So
like, and he just gets to skate on that. Right. He just gets to skate on. I just, it's gross. It's a gross time. And the way that people are acting now. Of course,
the grossest time to be alive. We're in the clown dimension where the president is associated as a pedophile, and it's becoming closer and closer that it's possible, it's provable that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, and I mean, we had Bill Clinton. I mean, we've had pedophile presidents before, but we just couldn't.
Right, but
the past,
right? but like it's just shocking in the modern era where the main the one
Yeah,
who's like running in the 21st century, right, is like
right.
we're like, yeah, it's definitely not okay. At this point in history, we've been like, yeah, no, we're actually cracking down. You should be, investigating other people who are doing this. Like that should be a task force
Yeah,
that the president is on, you know,
right.
um,
Yeah,
not the one who's trying to cover up an investigation.
right.
So we've had scandals in the White House in our lifetime and previous to us, but this is the one where I'm like this is the clown dimension. Welcome to it.
We, are living definitely in the worst possible timeline for this Trump shit, for sure.
For
Um,
this time period. Yeah.
and I do truly believe that it's because we're just allowing it to happen too. I mean, I think that if people just stood up and said, "Hey, listen, we don't want political violence, but no. These proceedings have to go different. Like, we're not allowing this shit to be like, oh yeah, this motherfucker gets to stand up and basically put on like a little parade show to obfuscate obvious facts, and then this guy gets to try to ask or this woman gets to try to ask their serious questions, and they just get shouted down."
Ooh.
We're not doing that. People really should be able to just stand up and be like, absolutely fucking not. Like, no, like that's unacceptable from people that are meant to represent people's interests. From the director of the FBI, that shit is ridiculous and unacceptable. Like, you are going to have to answer these questions truthfully, not evasively. You're going to have to give honest answers, or you're going to have to get the fuck out of the job, and not because of any fucking law or precedent, but because this group of people here recognize that you are bad for this position if you cannot answer these questions, and you need to go immediately. And that's what we're saying. Special exception. Special Cash Patel, get his little fucking slimy ass out. Exception.
Slimy ass out. Exception.
I mean, dude, like,
damn.
he's a sycophant, and
if you're not fit for the job, you shouldn't be doing it, unless all offices are assigned that way with no special interest. The problem is the special interests, of course.
yeah, oh, exactly. That's why we're that's why this pageantry is allowed.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is, and it's disgusting that we've like the people have allowed it to get to this point. Again,
Yeah,
there
but
should
also
be peaceful protests.
There should be. There's just a large group of people who are severely duped by what's going on. Like, the people I work around were at day one describing what had happened to Charlie Kirk as an assassination. And like everybody, it was just like casually talked about. No, but it was like, it wasn't. It is. I mean, it would. Someone was killed, but the only reason you call it an assassination is if it has some sort of like agenda behind it. It wasn't the shooting. It wasn't the murder. The terrible incident. They had already picked up the phrase and were calling it. They believed that that's what it was. Just regular people who are probably watching, Fox News or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I think it is kind of irresponsible to treat it as if it was meant to be some kind of message to the right specifically.
Right.
I don't think it was that at all. I think it was just a, one troubled person making a terrible choice. A sick choice. And
he said he wanted. Charlie Kirk said he wanted to have his mind changed, right? So, like, putting lead through it does actually change the composition of one's mind.
But yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of jokes
that already made, and it was really easy.
Oh, dude, if you go on our Onion headlines on Reddit, dude, they have not stopped with those, dude. I mean, all kinds.
Jesus, and for all types of
listen
doing their silly shit.
You can condemn political violence and not agree with it, and still think that it is ironic
right.
that he was gunned down at the time that he was saying what he was, doing what he was, standing for what he was.
Yeah.
Um, you can still find
You
the
have to
the
come on.
irony in that,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
still completely condemn political violence and think it is abhorrent and disgusting that he was killed. And not miss his ass either.
Right,
Like
yeah, yeah.
to me, it's completely fucking. It's 100% compatible to be like he should still be here. It is disgusting that he is gone. It's disgusting that he was killed. It was a sick person that did that. And at the same time, I don't miss him at all. That hateful shit is not being iterated upon by him anymore. That's one less person in the world iterating on that hateful rhetoric. That disgusting rhetoric about women having to supplicate themselves to their husbands.
Oh, jeez.
Just like all kinds of
instead of being equal,
not being thought up anymore. And it's
right.
like, I don't have to miss that. I don't have to celebrate that. No, I don't. The way that I don't think anyone is going to be celebrating, my weird art or my points of view. Some people are going to be like, I don't need to celebrate that motherfucker. He didn't celebrate Charlie Kirk, so I don't want to celebrate
right.
him. And that will be fine.
Fair
no
enough.
one has to celebrate anyone at their death.
Right.
And that should stay that way. We should not be mandating people to have to feel sorry for anyone.
And then let's
you should automatically feel sorry for his kids.
You don't have to feel bad. Sorry, you don't have to agree with Charlie Kirk to see this, but he died doing what he thought he needed to do. Like for whatever reason, was convinced that was his choice. And so, like, you know what I mean? Like, at least he's not a coward about it. So, like, you have to admire that a little bit.
I mean, I don't think that he...
I don't think, again, I not agree with his point of view at all.
Right. No, of course. I mean, like, yeah, I think that, and the way that I think about it so that I don't have to feel like I'm giving too much extra credit to somebody who is, literally profiting off of, like, keeping people, like, confused, divided, and dumb. We believe in free discourse. Like, we believe that people should be able to disagree strongly and openly. And he did stand for that at least. And, it's unfortunate that now, in the wake of his death, people are acting like it's wrong to be able to even have the opinion that, oh, why are we flying a flag at half-mast, like, in the nation for this, like, podcast, like, influencer?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Guy, like, that's usually reserved for people that, like, serve the country. This guy didn't really serve the country here. He served his own self-interest, which is shown by the number of issues that he actually flipped on over the years because he just got more, cheddar from being conservative and just, like, turned into the grift.
Gotcha. Of course. I mean, right. If you're starting to make money from something that you're doing, you continue to do that thing, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like, he doubled down on things that he, previously had, like, taken, issue with. And people are trying to bring up those old clips, and I think maybe even, like, clips that are AI generated, but, still trying to use them as, like, examples of, like, how Charlie Kirk wasn't actually racist, but he was. He is on record saying that people feared a black pilot if they got on a plane and saw their pilot was black.
What?
He thought, yeah.
Mr.
I know, and then you're gonna, like, bring up some other clip. Would be like, well, this one he's saying this, and that's not racist. And it's like, yeah, in this clip he's saying racist shit. So it's like, don't try to talk to me about whether he's racist or not because some other clip says he's not. Like, this one right here is, like, totally racist.
Jack, you're misunderstanding. There's only a little poo-poo in the water. It's just it's just a little bit. Don't worry about it. Just drink it. Like, oh, come on, man.
I mean,
come on.
It's so disgusting. And the clip that I saw was a black person being like, "That's not actually what Charlie Kirk was saying there." And it's just like, dude, what kind of fucking water are you trying to carry right now, man? Like, you trying to cherry pick some clips here to try to prove that Charlie Kirk wasn't racist when we don't need to cherry pick. We can just we can just openly Google and just pick from a list several lists of heinous racist shit that he said. But,
Right, yeah,
find a few
exactly.
clips of him being like, "This conservative black man has every right to be is heard here. Everybody else goes, what are we conservatives?" Charlie Kirk, like circa like 2003, or like I don't know, like some old ass clip of him defending like a black conservative when again like he thinks that fucking Kamala Harris is a fucking DEI vice president and that people are afraid of their black uh airline pilots.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's definitely again one of those guys. I think I mentioned in the one of the last episodes. The more I discover about Charlie Kirk, the more I'm like, yeah, just not a great guy, huh? You can see why people
Yeah,
are not sad that he's gone. Uh,
sure.
I had
Yeah.
no dog in that fight whatsoever. Because like I kind of knew of him from the meme, but did not follow him politically or anything
Yeah.
like that. Um, yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's weird that he didn't get killed by one of the people that he was being a jerk towards, and
Uh,
someone else altogether.
well, again, there's just we need to be able to imagine a world where people aren't making the decision to like act out violently. Like anyone that's acting out
That's
violently
and that's
is
a
is
fair point to
sick
bring it back around.
and hurting. And we just want I just want to make sure like on anything that I'm attached to that it's just like listen, we can't be violent with each other. Like we have to be able to disagree civilly. That's the only way any disagreement is ever going to come about or is ever going to get solved. The solution is going to come about from us being able to actually sit down and discuss it openly, every way that we feel about it. The fucked up ways, the non fucked up ways, everything in between. We have to be able to discuss it all, get it all out there, and understand how we feel about all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when we start disagreeing by just straight up offing one another, again, there will be no solution long lasting from trying to kill your ideological enemies.
Fair,
Like,
right?
you have to prove that their way isn't as good ultimately. That's it.
Yeah, you're
That's
talking
what you have to
about.
focus on.
Well, I mean, it's a Hatfield-McCoy situation, right? Violence always escalates until
Yeah.
both sides are dead. So like if you can, yeah, you actually need to instead make something that's more viable and outsell them. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, that I think we're getting there. And humans have had a long history, and in that history, we've killed each other for a long time. So it's not
Yeah.
surprising that we can continue to do it. But overall, I believe probably murders and all sorts of other crimes are down. Um, it's just they're more obvious now because we have more cameras everywhere. Um, and it's easy to fix that on. But also, we need to move more towards that. We need to get to a place where we do just, figure out reasonable ways to talk to each other, and that's not just in America either. That's
Yeah.
for in every country. That we like talk to each other as humans and not threaten to kill one another. Like it would be great if the nuclear threat was no threat, simply because we weren't worried about that.
Yeah. Um, yeah, unfortunately, people are willing to do terrible things just to ensure that they don't have to be that they don't have to be challenged. And it is like just very, very terrible that we can't, just have a guarantee from all of our leaders and from each other that we just are gonna like actually solve shit, like try to work things out and not make these terrible spectacles and then force us to uh you know try to I don't know stand up for I'm not going to honor the life of Charlie Kirk. He should still be here. He should
Right.
still be. I believe that he should still be alive
Right.
right now in the correct timeline. He'd still be alive right now, saying his heinous shit, and we would have the ability to rebut it
Right. Right.
and
That's
show how terrible it is. And I would rather have that. But at no point am I going to be like, man, I am so glad that this person in particular is here to make these arguments. He was uh, an average, uh, debater, interlocutor, whatever you want to call. Like, I mean, like his arguments were like, really, they were pale. They floated enough to get the fucking MAGA fucking shit slime of the Conservative Party on board and giving him money, and that's all he needed.
that's all you need,
But
really. If you can get enough maggots, you can consume anything.
yeah, and I mean again, like, and those are the people that you're appealing to, the people that it's like you think. Another thing that he said, he thought a certain number of gun deaths are necessary, unfortunately, for the Second Amendment to protect us. Again, talking about children there. I mean,
What?
saying
Yeah,
that
like
a certain
what?
number of children have to die. I mean, and it's like, no, a certain number of children never have to die. Like, we can always be trying to lower that number. Actually.
Right.
That's
Right.
actually okay.
It should be.
Um,
Yeah.
So people, he was appealing to gun nuts. He was appealing to racists. He was appealing to misogynists. He was appealing to people that had like women that wanted to supplicate themselves to their husbands and stuff. Like,
Right. Right.
again, no judgment, but it's just like, you're not giving me like tons of like self-satisfaction with yourself. Like, you're choosing to live a life and you're wanting to like identify as a fan of a man that wants to see you have no choice in your life and
Right.
totally be. I'm not going to say that you have a strong self-esteem, and I'm going to think that you're being appealed to because it just makes you feel safe to have somebody want to do something to you, and you should be free of that. And so yeah, it's just like a man that's living his life like that. I'm not going to celebrate that person,
Right.
and I really think that it's offensive that people even want to ask me or like try to make it so like it's mandatory that we have. And like the fact that people are being fired because they're like not even. I mean, what Jimmy Kimmel was fired for, I've said worse stuff about Charlie Kirk.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And really, I mean,
And I feel like
he didn't say anything. He was just pointing out the irony of the fact, and then the clip. I mean, he just played a clip. Ultimately, he led into it, but so like, that's
a clip
it.
of what? Like a clip of him getting shot?
No, it's so.
Oh.
Okay, so this is my understanding, and it was just a brief interaction because I did not look very much into it. I might be wrong, so comment below if I am wrong. I would like to know. But here's the thing: on Jimmy Kimmel, he makes a comment. He says a terrible tragedy has happened, with this whole the Charlie Kirk thing. We understand that the president is very torn up about it, and then he plays a clip of an interviewer asking Trump, how's your good friend Charlie Kirk? How are you taking this news? And Trump's like, oh yeah, I felt some ways about it. And if you look right behind you, you can see the trucks pulling in where we're starting the construction on the wing of the White House, which hasn't been done in 150 years. And then it cuts back to Jimmy, and he's like, yeah, the 4 stages of grief: deconstruction, construction. Yeah, so right, like that's the criticism. Which I mean, that's wow. Wow. If that's the thing that could get you, fired or suspended.
Yeah, it's gross. It's really gross. And I mean, honestly, in the clip, Trump didn't even say that like he felt a way about it. I mean, they asked him how he's doing. He was like, "Oh, I'm fine." Like that's pretty much what he said.
I'm fine. That's right. He deflects. That's right. Yeah.
He shows no weakness. Like he's just like, "Oh yeah, I've been good."
That's right. I've been good. Yeah.
Where like a normal person that even wasn't affected by that but had claimed that they had been like friends with the person would have been like, I've had some moments, like I miss them. It hasn't been easy. But we have projects going on, like this project that you see coming in right over here. That would still be tacky as fuck, but I
Right,
mean,
right.
at least there you showed a shred of humanity. But Trump showed not even that. He did not even show a shred of humanity when he was asked how someone that he had termed as his friend, that he wants everybody to mourn, and he's flying flags at half staff over because
Right,
he's
right.
so, the guy was so great.
Mhm.
Didn't show any humanity when asked how he was doing, like dealing with his dad, because he doesn't feel shit.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, his lizard skin was sagging a little bit, I think, in that shot.
Yeah,
Um, no, I'm sorry, the human skin he wears over his lizard body. Uh, he's just a reptilian snapping up trees. Lilac is the right color for that carpet. That's awesome. Or whatever the floor is.
oh, thank you.
Uh, yeah, that's yeah, right. Let's just take a quick break. You just call out you're watching a Cox in Space or listening to a Cox in Space podcast. This is behind the scenes with Drawing with Jack, our illustrator Jack Kane. If you would like to know more about this project, you can go to coxinspace.com. That's coxinspace.com. That'll get you connected to our Discord, which is where we're hanging out right now. You can come hang out with us. We have shows um, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and some Sundays. And you can come hang out. The schedule's up there. You can check out the calendar of all the events that we have going on and who's coming on to come hang out. If you want to connect with us and come hang out on the show officially as a guest, you can connect with our Facebook. Talk to Eric Cosbill about what interesting things you've got going on in your life and you're interested in, and come talk to us. You can also get connected with our Patreon. And just like Jumbo, who we referenced earlier, you can keep us rolling and help support the project. Uh, Thank you for doing that. Thank you for listening. Today we're being really political and not mentioning anything about our friend Sid, who apparently, did I tell you this? That's not even his real name. It's just a nickname that he gave himself.
This Sid stuff is about to come back, isn't it?
No, because I can't mention him on the show anymore at all.
Okay. Wait, so
So
what is his real name though?
um, it's something. Ah, man, you got me. This is an interesting fact, though. Uh,
Okay,
it is actually Roger Key.
Roger P.
Roger Key.
Oh,
Um,
Roger Key.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
Born in Santa Clara, California. Uh,
Okay.
it's a very like white bread name.
Roger Key.
Uh, Sorry, I said I wasn't going to talk about it
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, no. We'll
Uh,
we'll 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 let it go. We'll
yeah,
just
no, I mean
we'll
we're gonna get ourselves in more trouble talking about the politics that went Charlie Kirk. Um,
Dude.
they haven't exerted
You,
their power over this network yet, but we'll see. We'll see when this podcast comes out.
yeah, no, like they'll be. Oh, your cartoon looks really cool. Like these are really cool storyboards. Like you got like a really good thing here. Well, and you had a podcast too, huh? Like a little video thing that you did on YouTube. Did you did, did you ever talk about Charlie Kirk? And we'll be like, I mean, yeah, the assassination happened. It's like, oh yeah, you said that he quote appeals to the shit slime of the conservative party. And I'll be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
any
does.
lies detected?
Right, yeah,
Um,
exactly. They're like, it's
I
not
know that's
moving at all. Yeah, you seem to believe what
like,
you're saying.
and it's like we'll let you know if we'll option your little show. Like,
The cocks of
but
space will never see the light of day.
dude, all because Charlie Cook was killed, and everybody like asked us to like be happy about it, or not happy, sad about it.
Right, and
But
you're like, hey, actually, it's not one of those things. You could both be glad that people are spreading less hate and be sad for their family because he's a real person who had real things
exactly,
happening to them. Yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of like the thing about being human
yeah,
there's complex feelings, right? Like it's not
yeah.
one way or the
Life
other.
is, yeah, it's complex. Life is complex. Like it's not a simple calculation. Like, it takes a lot of awareness and consideration and thoughtfulness to really, live a good life. And there's no easy road really with anything. Everything, if you want to try to do your best and help, like his children, it's terrible. They need help. They don't have a dad anymore. Like, as awful of a person as he was in his professional life, I'm sure that he bounced his kid on his knees, took him for ice cream, showed him love, got him presents on Christmas. I mean, I'm sure that he was not a terrible father. I mean, never heard anything about him like being a like a wife beater or anything like that, or like I said, he beats his kids.
Right. Yeah, facts.
So
and I mean, maybe in secret, stuff we don't know, but at the same time, I'm sure that as a person, he was probably, people liked him. He was a dad. I mean, obviously he was married. He was in a relationship. So they liked each other, and we're working through it. So I mean, there's different ways to live for sure. Like, I don't the whole trad wife thing. I'm like, why would you want that for yourself when women have made so much progress in the last century?
His wife doesn't want that.
I know, and this is just so crazy to me about this whole this feminism movement, which is anti all the things that they fought so hard for. Because I'm like, you don't want the right to vote, or have your own checking account, that.
No, they do. They don't want poor women to have it. Yeah, they don't want poor women to have it.
I'm sorry, I forgot the class difference. Of course.
Yeah, it's a class war.
Yeah, you just want them to produce babies and be in slavery to each other. So they'll fight each other and not stand up against the people who are keeping them enslaved. Right. That was a bummer to slide down into.
Sorry.
That's okay, but sometimes
I got to remind everybody about the class war.
Right, the class war is constant. Right. So gotcha. So, by posing as a trad wife and doing this influencer thing, these women are trying to convince these poorer women that that's what they want to do, so they can go back to being the baby making machine.
Meanwhile, Charlie Kirk's wife just took over his media company, so she's the new CEO.
Yeah, so, good for her.
Yeah, not doing the trad wife. Not looking for a husband to supplicate to.
Yeah.
Grabbing old hubby's shit by the balls and taking it, as you do, So
as you should. Go, lady. Go get your business done.
Yeah, more power to her. I hope she's able to do something with it.
Right.
Hopefully it won't be racist, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it'll be something good. Was what my thought was. That she will decide to turn that around and make it something worthwhile. So yeah, the whole girl power thing. That's do you know much about her? Has she been in the shadows of Charlie Kirk this whole time, or has she been involved?
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Charlie Kirk. I mean, this assassination of him is pretty much my main exposure. I had seen clips of him in that Jubilee thing, and some previous clips online, and just knew that he was a conservative blowhard. So
right. I kind of wrote him off too, because I was like, he's just a mouthpiece. It's like the whole Joe Rogan thing too. You're just a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah. So why would you pay them any mind? I wasn't realizing that people were actually paying them mind. I was like, it's so silly on the surface. How can you guys be falling for that? But
yeah, I really didn't understand the appeal when I saw him. I saw a bunch of the pictures of him with the scrunched in face, because he did have that weird kind of small face, and people used to take photos of him and like
Exactly. That's the other meme that I know
like
him from. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Where he's got the tiny face. And so
yeah,
it's an
and
image that
those
I've
were
seen
great.
pop up a bunch and laughed so hard about, right? So great.
Yeah, so good. So that's how I knew Charlie Kirk. I knew nothing about his wife. Like, I still know nothing about his wife. The only thing I know is that she took over his media company today.
Does she
That's
have
it.
a tiny face? Like, would it be
She probably does. The picture I saw of her, it didn't look like her face was especially tiny, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. You know how some couples they do kind. It seems like they
I'm
do
sorry,
like have a
Gene.
thing for each other because they look alike.
Yeah,
Never understood those couples, but yeah, like it
it's kind of a
didn't. She
weird
didn't look like a.
incestuous thing.
Yeah, it didn't look like she looked like Charlie Kirk at all. So
Just so that we can give her a name and recognize her independence, it's Erica Kirk, and she does not look
okay.
like him. You are correct. I have seen her before. Um, I can't tell you from where though. Maybe it was from one of those things. Um, but yeah, I just Googled Charlie Kirk again because it's been a while, and I saw his face, and immediately anything else that preceded it, it was the meme of his shrunken little face in the middle that popped into my head, being like, "Yeah, that guy."
Yeah,
Um,
that's the best Charlie Kirk's ever been to me. Like
right,
I,
like I'm about that. Yeah, so I'm sad that we've lost a great one of the great comedians of our time, or at least
indeed.
made a great joke for a bit. But Lost is
Oh,
actually kind
great
of
stuff.
like that. Um, you know
Yeah,
how like the panel itself, the joke comic, where like it's one of those things that like when you experience loss, if you experience the lost like cartoon as a meme, sometimes you can laugh at yourself for like going through that experience because you're like you're just like that meme.
yeah. That comic is definitely kind of I don't know. I can't understand. I just don't understand why it became a meme in the first place. That comic is just I don't know. Control Delete was yeah. It was one of those weird comics that was like in competition with Penny Arcade for some reason. I don't know why comics were like in competition with each other, but
Right, right.
it was, and they had like a little rivalry for a time. It wasn't like there was another one where the guy he literally hated um, the artist of Penny Arcade and like wished death upon his like unborn children. And so, yeah, it was like
What?
very weird. Yeah, it was very weird, and like
Had he like personally done something to him or
they just had like you know like the guy that drew this other comic. I can't even remember what this comic is called now. By the way, I mean that's how thoroughly um, he was trashed by himself in this
geez.
beef. But he he had some comic that the artwork he worked on, it was very different. I can't remember if it was like pixel art or something like that, but it was just like it was like very niche and like very hard to do. And that's why he's got any traction in the first place. But the um, Comic Penny Arcade just it just ended up dominating gaming. Like it was like its own like little bit of gaming culture for a while, and you know, uh, the fandom just was too much to overcome, and the guy took it very personally that his comic was just not doing as well as Penny Arcade, and said some public stuff, started a beef, and the Penny Arcade guys are like yeah, we'll beef. That's fine. Like, we'll like say some cheeky shit to you, and like see what happens. And they did, and it just like it kind of escalated, and like it got to the point where uh, you know, um, they like got like people's lives were advancing. Like they got married, had kids, and
Wait, it went
the
on for
guy
like
from
more than like a year?
yeah, it went on. Well, I mean, it went on for at least 6 months. It may not have gone on for like a year, but it went
Okay.
on for like a long enough time that like you know a baby came into the picture, and the guy just said some heinous shit about like hoping the baby was like fucked up. Like,
What? Like that's just
yeah.
yeah, that's out of pocket, right? Like
Yeah, and I mean, like, and they responded like basically like, "Whoa, dude! Like, you really said all that over some stupid internet beef? Like,
right,
you really like wanted to hurt a kid that doesn't even is like still in utero
right, right.
over that." Um, I wish I remembered, dude.
You know what? I remember this
It
beef,
was
even though I didn't remember any of the specifics about it. This is important. This is important lore that we should call out, for sure.
any arcade beef artist, which is arm on daughter. Oh yeah, like
Dick wolves.
yeah, that's a
So
comic that they made. I can't remember when they made it, but they made some comic where they like were establishing some kind of lore for their upcoming Penny Arcade Expo,
gotcha.
and they had these things called Dick Wolves, and like the line was the Dick Wolves would rape you to sleep,
Oh my God,
and
that's a little
and
bit much.
yeah, and it like really set some people off, and they like kind of doubled down on
Mm,
they kind of
no,
doubled down
yeah, that doesn't look good.
on it. Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this because it's not like this is something that you know like everybody wants to talk about.
Right. I mean,
But
that's it's pretty niche, and it's from like the early 2000s, right?
yeah, exactly.
Like that's
And
ancient lore of the internet.
yeah, and like the biggest thing that's happened to them is the Dick Wolf thing. So that's what like all the um stuff is gonna be about.
And put minus Dick wolves in the search engine
I mean, I just don't think it's gonna
because
TV tropes.
if you when you negative something, it will take that out of the search.
Yeah, 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 but that's what I'm saying. Like it's already only at 5 pages, so like
Oh, okay.
I don't think
You
there's
don't
like I don't
perceive
think
it.
there are like yeah I don't think there's like anything. It might be here on TV tropes.
We love that website, by the way. I've used
Oh
it
yeah,
so much. Like, if you want to break apart a show and see what's going on with it, TV Tropes is dumb. So if you guys haven't checked it out, definitely you um if you're in like any form of storytelling, like TV Tropes, you need to know as a friend
yeah.
did
I
probably
don't think
like 12 years ago or something. Yeah, so it didn't come up, huh?
yeah. I'm sorry that I'm like taking a look. Wait, yeah. Oh, maybe. See, that's the thing. Like with legal issues and controversy. Yeah, they fuck with Jack Thompson a lot.
I'm also trying to look it up,
Yeah,
but
I don't think we'll find it. It was a very neat thing that I mean, I mean, the artist had his daughter threatened, The artist that did it ended up looking like a complete ass. I mean, it's not something that people want to talk about, so I
Right,
just
right.
don't think it. It's something that I do remember though, because I'm just like, damn, like if you just get upset and type some shit up and hit send, that is gonna be bad. Like
Right.
you don't want to do that. Um,
Yeah, you probably
so
should
yeah.
at least think about your actions before.
You would imagine that somebody would think that, especially if they had like a whole business writing. But this guy, I mean, he just was ready to just throw that all away because he was just so he just did not like the artist of Penny Arcade. Um,
Yeah, that's a weird beef to start. I mean, first of all, judging your success by someone else's success doesn't reflect on them, it reflects on you. Uh, like if people aren't liking your stuff as much as they're liking theirs, do the they're doing the thing that gets people to do that, or enjoy the satisfaction of what you're building personally. I mean, there's room for all kinds of artists.
right, it's true.
So like just heavy rivalry like that is just unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, really, I feel like it's okay to like to have a rivalry with people and everything like that if it is staying within certain boundaries. Like the moment that it becomes like really super painful for anybody, that's when you should just like own up to that and just be like, so I'm taking a step back. Like I'm not engaging with. Like I don't need to feel bad about. Like
That's
I'm
fair.
fine. Like
It's all fun and games while both sides are joking, but once one is no longer joking, that's when you're like,
yeah,
oh, look, I'm sorry. That may have taken it too far. Uh,
yeah,
no harm intended. Although, once you go that far, it's sometimes pretty hard to take back.
yeah. I mean,
You
and
don't stop being
I
racist once you let those racist comments fly, right?
yeah. I mean, if it's like racist and stuff like that, yeah. Like, I mean, I don't think South Park should be apologizing to, like Kanye West, for hurting his feelings. And it's like sometimes, it's just like it's okay for people to get their feelings hurt because they should just be able to take that. Like Kanye West sleeps on like huge piles of money, so like we should be able to make fun of his ass. But if yeah, like if you're like kind of digging into somebody because you're doing better than them and that really matters to them, I mean, should be able to recognize that, like, maybe I don't need to respond the next time they, like, are really, like, maybe I'm doing well enough, and I can just, um,
Yeah, right. Like
but
maybe I'm doing well
definitely,
enough.
yeah, definitely never, like, talk shit about someone's, like, I mean, that's just so fucking,
That's yeah, someone pointed that out with the whole Baron Trump thing, that you can dog on the the orange Cheeto man like all day long, but like
yeah,
his kid has no responsibility for what that guy is doing, and only
yeah,
it happens to be related to him by no choice of his own.
yeah,
Now, hopefully, he will do something, make better choices than his father. But and
hopefully,
like
probably won't.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I mean, he's getting older now, so maybe we're seeing more of who he actually is. I think he was a little kid at the time, the first time Trump was around. But yeah, that's fair. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's mamas and kids. You just leave them out of it. Like, if you got beef with someone,
Yeah.
like, discuss it with the person.
Or just like like focus on the thing that you have like mega problems like don't bring up other stuff that's like clearly just meant to hurt somebody like it's not going to go well. I just don't know how else to like put it. It's like it's not going to go well no matter what you think, no matter who you think is on your side. Like the moment that you bring in something that is just like out of bounds, you're gonna look dumb, and you're gonna be mad that you look dumb. But nobody did that. You did that.
Right, yeah, exactly. And that's what you pointed out. Like, I mean, especially when you have a company writing on it. Like,
Yeah.
be happy you have the success that you have. And
Right.
then if you are looking at someone and being like, I want that success, like make it for yourself. Um, or yeah, just keep striving for the things that you want. One of the things for me is that I don't look at other people and like I want to I want what they have because my goals are so specific to what I want. So
Right.
like, I might see what they're doing and be like, hey, that's a good idea. You know what I mean? Like I might try something that along those angles, not what they did, but like maybe the way they
Yeah.
approached a problem. Because like someone that you're like jealous of is actually someone that you're admiring. And so
Yeah.
admiring somebody is always a good thing. Because when you do that, you begin to like, you can take notes of their actions.
Definitely. And you can have a positive, interaction with, or just like have a positive experience with their, you know, the thing that, you wish you had, like
Right.
with their version of
Yeah, that could have been a
it.
collab instead of a beef.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like we can always use more art in the world instead of less art, and like more people, like creatively expressing themselves for fun and for pleasure.
Definitely.
I mean that's why the Coxswain space exists, right? Like we're they're just it's in order to spread happiness across the universe.
Mhm.
Like that's their mission, and then also at the same time, that's like the goal of the entire show is just you get to hear jokes being cracked that are silly, and it's in a silly world. So I
Yeah,
support that.
exactly. Spreading just good vibes, good feelings, and hoping that there's you know, like some appreciation for it. But uh
Right, and that's why we're landing here. It's like uh, it's officially on from the show. It's a shame that Charlie Kirk is dead. And then also, guys, if you're listening, please don't be the type of person who spreads hate speech.
yeah,
Like don't punch down. We
yeah.
we need to band together to take care of the people who are actually exploiting us. So you know, that's that's where we can land officially on where it's like yeah, like he's a human. Uh, and
Yeah,
and and humans, we can do better. We can always do
yeah.
better.
Don't have to like him. Definitely don't have to celebrate him, but you should definitely want him to not be killed. It should be easy for you to say no. That's like something that I easily do not want, and condemn roundly. And anyone that is bringing violence to politics is someone that I condemn. Um, because there are a lot of people right now that are trying to bring violence to politics, and we need to condemn all of them because the temperature needs to be turned down immediately. And we need to remember that, uh, when we start solving things with violence, that's when, we lose all control. No one ever gets what they want.
Right.
And it
A lot of
becomes
people
harder
get
and
dead.
harder. Yeah, exactly. It becomes harder and harder to actually do the things that we need to do to solve the problems that we want to solve because then there's all kinds of new stuff in the way. People getting killed, stuff getting destroyed,
Right, right.
um, like complications that come from war and hurting each other that
Yeah,
make it
100%.
hard to focus on solutions.
And then also you
So,
talk about the hard feelings from either side, which is, still difficult to resolve and then work together afterwards.
yeah,
With all that stuff that's going on, right? Like if you've lost your house, if you've lost loved ones, it's hard to forgive people who are part of your country. We don't see that as much anymore, but still, like from the Civil War, that's what we had. And it's like toned down a lot, like, but it's like goes on generationally. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, I mean we don't want that as an American people to be split and to be fighting each other again. Like that doesn't it doesn't make sense
no,
from regardless of what perspective you're standing from. Like the average person does not want that. Um, I mean, just for one, because it does like it wrecks the economy. Like all the resources are being put towards a war, which is us. Um,
yeah,
so like people. Don't you realize what economically does not make any sense? That's the part that bothers me the most. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because
Well,
I like to buy bread that's not astronomically expensive.
yeah, I know. What a concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, like the another thing that I don't think a lot of people realize when they're letting their feelings like run away with them about liberals and conservatives and all that is like the only time that America has ever really been weak is when we were at war with them.
Hmm.
And the idea that other people that want us to be weak don't recognize that and don't want to stoke that
Hmm.
is another just like misguided like thought. Like obviously destabilization is something that we have done to other nations that
100%
could easily happen to us. In fact,
is.
exactly, it was the Civil War. Like that's the one time that America, that's the one war that's devastated America more than any other,
Interesting.
that hurt America and set us back. And that is what is being stoked now and being like called for by these people who you know fucking repeat the talking points of places like Russia.
Yeah,
So
that's the. How did you say that the EU players Rocket League players played? It was something like they let you play. They play slow, giving you enough rope to
oh
hang
yeah,
yourself, and
yeah,
then when you show that
exactly.
weakness, they attack. And I don't think you meant it politically at the time, but I was like, that's interesting that that's like more of a European sort of thing, even though, Russia, I don't believe counts as Europe. Isn't it like Eurasia or something?
Maybe.
It's a very large
Um,
part of that continent that,
yeah.
you know, I think it's classified as its own thing. I apologize for being geographically stupid to the audience,
No,
but
no, I'm geographically stupid.
I don't know what the term is for it. But yeah, no, like just like that idea, like they are messing with. There's a possibility, and there's been evidence of it, even when the first Trump administration, that Russia is doing things like creating echo chambers intentionally in order to
Yeah.
sway votes and have people fight each other, and to
Well, they
stoke
admitted it.
fires. Yeah,
Like
and right,
Russia admitted that they had done things. They admitted that they hacked the DNC servers to, um, you know, mess with Hillary Clinton. And Donald Trump asked Russia to do that. Everybody
and act
forgets.
right.
Everybody forgets that. And like again, that this um, hearing today, people were talking about the Russia hoax and how it had been debunked and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that it's still. I'm pretty sure that I saw with my own eyes Donald Trump ask Russia to hack Hillary.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure I saw that with my own eyes. It doesn't have to be some fucking conspiracy. It can literally just be like that fucking Russia knows it stands to benefit from a Donald Trump presidency and just
Right. It makes
decided on
sense.
their own to help. Didn't even need you know, collusion or anything like that. So, yeah,
Right. I mean, it works out to their benefit to have things working their direction.
yeah,
So, if you're a world power, what else are you going to try to do? Except for control the other powers that are around you as best you can. Um,
yeah.
so I'm not
What is,
anti-Russian at all, or those people, but obviously governments are different than their people. Governments are
yeah.
generally in this day and age the elites who are making the plans on behalf of the people, but really just doing what they want. And I believe that's true about Russia also, just the same as it's true here.
Skip, I'm gonna try to hold on, but I'm not feeling well,
That's all right.
unfortunately.
We've done quite a bit of talking just between the two of us. And
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that we've done that and made art at the same time. So yeah, whenever you're like, hey, this is it, uh, we good.
Yeah, I got, again, like this room is like definitely coming together. Like I wanted to put some more
I wonder where
I'm mad
Aaron
that I'm
is.
not feeling well.
No, I think he has a show actually. I
Yeah.
think he told me he had a show.
I think I remember something about that too. Him saying
Um,
that he had a show.
I should call out you checking out Aaron's shows, professorofcomedy.com. He has them always listed, when and where he's gonna be. So if you guys want to know, and we should know, we should figure out if he
We
has a show
should know.
tonight. Yeah, like you can always check it out on his website. Did you get to stream the last couple of days?
I did. I actually streamed today.
Nice.
I won a tournament. Yeah, like they Rocket League has these in-game tournaments that you can sign up for, and I signed up for one. Just started my stream, signed up for one, went all the way to the finals and won.
That's
So
what's up. Okay, what was the turn? Is it just like obviously who wins the most goals? Or was it like
yeah, it was just
added?
2v2.
Nice.
So it
Oh
was
wow.
like
Were you playing rando?
yeah. So I got matched up with a random person, and
Wow.
our team went all the way to the finals. We beat. We only lost one game too. We lost one game in the semifinals. The second game, we won the first game and lost the second game. That was the only game we lost the whole series. Like the rest of the series, we went undefeated.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, came
So they
back,
weren't
won the next. They were what?
they weren't playing Rambo.
No, they were not playing Rambo. I actually had a decent teammate. I'm not going to say that I didn't complain about something the teammate was doing. The teammate was not, challenging in like very fast, competent ways, but
Okay.
was uh, generally competent. So, hit shots, didn't miss shots, and didn't miss 50s,
Nice.
didn't miss saves generally. So, that contact is really the thing that saved us, because like I could always kind of trust that if they were going to go up for something, they were going to hit it, and that really allowed we. I mean, the gameplay was very fast. We got into like some very fast like rotations, and the person was able to play pretty at a pretty nice pace. Just didn't challenge or get up into the air very quickly sometimes, and it definitely got us. It definitely got us scored on a few times because we were just in positions that we couldn't do anything. But the person was good at scoring. They were good at shooting, and they were good at choosing when to challenge and when to not challenge, unless it was like in the air.
Okay, I
So
gotcha. It's not that they didn't know how to do the challenges, they were just slow at doing it.
yeah, exactly. Like they would know sometimes when they should challenge, but they would just wait. And that's a problem that is easy to have. Like I have that problem too sometimes where, I choose not to go for some reason, even though I know I should. I'm like scared, or I just feel it just doesn't feel right. Like it's. Although it's not going to feel right until you like make yourself go. That's like the thing that is kind of hard to learn. But anyway,
Yeah, that is true actually with most things in life. Like
this
until you're
person
doing them, yeah.
Yeah, this person played like pretty well though. They sent me a friend request after, and I didn't take it because I was just like, yeah, one tournament. You played pretty well, but I don't. So, but
You're
yeah,
not
they
there to
did.
make friends, huh?
I don't want to say that. I just,
I'm just kidding.
sometimes it's like I've, there's like one person in particular that I'm thinking of where like I matched with them in a tournament, and we did really well. I think we went to the semifinals, and I accepted a friend request, and they ended up being like they literally worked at Raytheon. I don't know if you know
Oh
what that
wow.
company is, but yeah, they
Yeah.
literally worked at Raytheon, and they were like a pretty hardcore conservative.
Wow.
And yeah, we did not agree. We'll just end up
Raytheon,
putting it
okay,
that
again,
way.
the weapons company. The weapons
Yeah.
manufacturer. Yeah. Um
So yeah,
yeah,
dude
that's
was
right.
literally
I see where you're
gonna
like
play it.
maybe, like maybe we don't have that much in common just because we play Rocket League.
Yeah, or maybe I don't want to get to know you and then like figure out we don't have much in common, and then like I worry about if I pissed off a person that works at the fucking company that makes bombs that, you know, like erase you with like little sandpaper pellets or whatever,
Right.
you know.
Right. Thanks, dude. All of a sudden you're just
Uh,
obliterated. We're like, this was drawing of
yeah.
Jack, but he's a dust of like a fine
Yeah, he
mist.
got turned into blood dust, literally.
Yeah, like,
You
dude.
can breathe him in at the, in the Chicago evening.
Yeah, there's a built-in
Yeah,
desiccant that just turns you into dust. All the
just
moisture is
turns you
just
into, no, dude. I mean,
sucked out of your
dude,
body.
if you ever see the kinds of weapons that they make, yeah, like there's literally that. Like, there's a weapon that they have. It like launches like a flat disc. Like the weapon, uh, I think impacts in the ground. I think this is the way it works. It may explode before it impacts, but it like hits, and then it like throws up these flat discs that spin, perpendicular to the,
No.
ground. And yeah, they open up like nails and shrapnel and like all this shit, and just like spin and just like release all that shit at hypersonic speed. And I
Uh,
mean, you're dead. Like
yeah.
that's like crowd clearing infantry shit. Like those are the
Yeah,
kinds of
that you could
weapons.
take out a mob. Dang, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is this kind of weapons. The thing is, like, I'm listening to you talk about it, and the first instinct though is the feeling that I feel like most of them have, which is like, cool. You know, here's some. It's gonna explode, and
Yeah.
I'm like, and because like I'm like, yeah, that's fun in a movie, and then I'm like, oh, but in reality though, like when you can use that, when the cops can shop those magazines, be like, you know what we should be getting for the next fiscal year, and he's like, what, boss? These things, and the discs go flying everywhere.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, and again, like, who are you going to use that on? Like, why do you
Right, obviously there's a
somebody like,
person behind, like, as it's aimed at. It's not, you don't make it or buy it for no reason.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, again, we're supposed to be like, we're post enlightenment here. We're supposed to be thinking that we're going to
Right.
solve our problems, like, with debate and discourse, not with fucking, you know, like people erasing shit. But,
Well, Jack, it's always possible to keep people as nice and comfortable if they can't move and if they fear
yeah,
you.
exactly. I mean, it would just be. I understand that, like, there's always going to be some people out there that are just willing to, they're just sociopaths or psychopaths. But
Right.
I mean, shit like that should be the last resort. It should be understood that it's the last resort. Yeah, I guess. But
Again,
yeah,
yeah,
the
these are
cops
like
are behind
these
it.
are mental health issues. These are not like weapons issues. Like we need to be putting money into rebuilding the mental health structure or building the mental health
Yeah,
structure of America along with the health structure of America, so that we can have those things so that people are like, man, I'm feeling kind of like I'm slipping. They'd be like, all right, cool, let's get you in to talk to somebody quickly, before you start taking action. Uh,
yeah,
or you have a safe counselor that you've been talking to all your life, and you're like, hey, I've been having these thoughts for a long time. And they're like, okay, cool, how are we going to deal with that? Because lots of people do not want to be that way. There's nowhere else to turn
I mean,
except for
almost
echo
almost
chambers.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, like second order desires. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of people understand. Like like people talk about free will all the time, and that it's just like question of whether we have it or not. People like have like
right,
one of the things that really challenges that are second order desires, where um people will be like addicted to a drug, right? Which is like
right.
a hard mechanical like thing where it's just like yeah, like I'm chemically addicted to this fucking drug, but
So I will do
even though they're
anything to
chemic
get more of it. Yeah,
yeah, they will. But then there's
yeah,
another part of them though that's like, oh, but I gotta quit. Like this sucks. Like I hate my life. Like, oh, and it's like, what is that other part that wants that if we don't have like free will? You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because it's
right.
like you're addicted to the drug. Like, why don't you just want the drug? And it's not just with stuff like that. I mean, it's like people that are, you know, addicted to sex or people that have like obsessive compulsive disorder, or just like
Yeah,
something like it's
that
like
was the
there's
lines
a
I was
part of
thinking
you,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
there's like a part of you that wants to get rid of like this thing that this larger part of you is like addicted to and wants very bad,
right,
and
right.
it's just a question. Mhm.
You're talking
What
about
is
the
that?
angel and the demon thing. And as a kid, I was like, that must be like a gag. But yeah, once you start dealing with yourself, like someone was sharing with me recently about how she wants to get up and exercise in the morning, but for some reason she can't. And she knows that it's good and she knows that she enjoys it, but she just can't get out of bed an hour before coming to work in order to go
Mhm.
exercise first, right? And so, like, do we have free will? Don't we? And then what's that voice? Is your question.
I mean, it really comes up a lot, and like I think that if people had a better understanding of just how much people struggle when they are dealing with some of these things, and like really cared about it, didn't just um, did I?
Yeah, I mean, because then she could work out with somebody like her counselor who she's been talking to for years, because it's a normal thing. Like why she's having trouble getting motivated to do those things, right? Like
Mhm.
what plans she can make to modify her behavior so that she can accomplish the goal she actually does want. Because there's lots of people, I know lots of people who they set out wanting to do one thing, and just because of their own personality flaws, they begin to obstruct their own way.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Well,
I'm
and I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you,
It's
man.
okay, man. It's still this delay. We've been dealing with it forever. I noticed in the recordings too, where I'm like, oh yeah, obviously he's responding to something 4 seconds ago, and not the thing that is actually being recorded now. Um, so it is what it is. We've gotten way better at it, so most times we don't even notice.
I'm missing the piano inks there, and I'm like, where did they go? Where did they go? There's the piano color.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a really common thing to not know how to deal with yourself. Um, yeah, I have
Yeah,
intrusive thoughts all the time. You know what I mean? And like fortunately
me
they're
too.
not bad, but it's just like you're like, why am I obsessed with this one thing? I just can't stop thinking about it. No matter what it is. And sometimes it's just like annoying, and sometimes it's like, no, that's probably not a good idea to keep thinking about that. But it won't stop.
Mhm.
But yeah, having like a person to talk to, just be like, listen, like we need to make a strategy and a plan of how I can, you know, because when you're in those moments, it's like a type of mania, although probably not a full manic fit, but like it's like there's nothing to do but write it out.
Yeah. Um, okay, man. I have to hang it up now.
Sounds like a plan.
I,
The throat,
yeah, I
throat too,
apologize. I
John.
couldn't make the whole time, but we went a little bit. I think it's like nine. Yeah, it's like nine
Yeah,
twelve.
yeah,
So
we had to like wrap up time. We're normally we chill anyway. Jack, thanks
yeah,
for
yeah,
being here, even though you felt unwell. Uh, hope the weekend you get some good rest. You don't go to
yeah,
constant
definitely.
screaming or whatever.
I have to go home this weekend, so I'm just
Ah,
gonna
okay.
be, I'm gonna
Helping
be
your
back
mom.
home helping my mom
Facts.
exactly, and it's
Well,
gonna
that's
be.
good of you to do that. You guys, are you guys?
Hopefully, it's gonna be me, not sick.
Ah, right. Where you're like, Mom, I'd love to help, but
Yeah.
this.
I'll just wear a mask the whole time, and I'll just have to like make sure that I don't like socially distance,
That's a good
which might
plan.
actually help. It might actually help because I just have to like keep her at arm's length. Um, but
But
anyway,
yeah,
man, I'm about to like literally fall, so I'm gonna just
do
go
the
ahead and
following.
like
Call
yeah.
it.
But I'm gonna post the uh I'm gonna post the um new files. Sorry,
Nice.
God, my
You're all
see,
good.
this is how
You're
tired I am.
about
I'm
to
gonna post the
fall.
new files.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds good, man.
yeah. All right. Well, you have a good night. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for hanging out again,
Glad to
and
be
I
here.
will talk to you later.
All right. Later, bro. Guys, that was a Cox and Space podcast. It's drawn with Jack behind the scenes for the show. As you saw, we're getting close to finishing page three. You can check out Jack on our website, coxinspace.com, COX in space.com, and it's under the contact section. You can check out where he's at. And mainly his big one is his Twitch, Twitch TV, uh, twitch.tv/Kopasu, Kopassu. Um, yeah, thank you for tuning in again. We appreciate that you're listening, and we will catch you soon. Bye.